Hello everybody, welcome back to Future Fiber. This is your host Jenny, and today we're in a different location because I can't find my tripod. So I have this set up on my desk in a very crazy way. I'm going to see if I can take a picture of this and put it in the video because it's actually like, what is wrong with me? So if the camera like tilts this way as the podcast progresses, that is why. So yeah, this is podcast number 13. I thought about filming a video last week, but then I just didn't have enough time and I ran out of ideas, frankly. So we're here. Podcasts are easy because well, easy for me. I don't know about for you. You have to sit through 45 minutes of me just rambling, but it's easy for me to film because all I have to do is give updates on whatever I'm working on. And I don't have a ton this week, so hopefully this will be a fast one, but we'll see. I don't have any knitting finished objects this time around because I talked about this before, but like with summer I'm more of a crochet girly, and then I don't crochet anytime else basically. So I have some crochet finished objects. I think last time one of my work in progresses was a basket bag that I was working with some raffia yarn that I had that I was like reclaiming from a different bag that I made. So I finished it, but then I still had yarn left over. So I made some other things with it so that I could use like all of it up. And I think it's kind of funny what I made. So let me get it and show you. The first thing is the basket bag. Oh yeah, there we go. It's done. I think it's really cute how it came out, and I've been using it a lot, which is why it's kind of warped a little bit around where my arms would be, you know? But overall, it's held the shape pretty well, and this is a much better alternative than what I had before because the bag bottom is like pretty sturdy, and it's jingling because I have stuff in it, because I've been using it a lot. But it's not that see-through either, so you can use it without a bag inside, unlike the other one that I made from the paper yarn that needs like a separate bag. So that was that. Once again, I'll link down the kind of the basic tutorials that I used and who I was inspired by to make this. And if you're in Korea, go buy her stuff because it's beautiful. She also sells like finished versions of this bag, or the bag that I'm inspired by to make this bag. And I could never in a million years crochet like that because like, I don't know, like my tension with crochet is like all over the place basically, where I have to purposely use I guess I crochet very loosely. I knit very loosely as well, but with crochet it's a lot more apparent that my stitches are not very even. So I tend to use a smaller crochet hook than is recommended for the yarns and things like that, to get a more even look. The next one that I made from the you're gonna see a lot of this yarn. The next thing I made from that yarn is this little wallet, and I put my little fabric label logos here. I hot glued it on. It's pretty, maybe that's sacrilegious, but I did it. And I had this little fake leather keychain laying around, so I put that on here. And I also followed a tutorial on YouTube for this that I'll link. I basically can't crochet without a video, which is terrible, but I don't know, like I just haven't been able to master reading crochet patterns, like written versions of crochet patterns, or like the diagrams of crochet patterns. I was looking at my local library, they had a Japanese lace crochet book, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll pick up some lace making. And then I looked at it, it's like moon runes, dude. I don't understand, like the charts, so difficult to read. But anyways, I also followed a video for this. I don't know what the stitch is called, but it was like basically doing single crochet and like half double crochet into the same stitches, which is interesting. Oh, this is also a side note, but you know how in crochet, like in like at least American crochet terms, you have single crochet, which is you don't have a yarn over and then you pull through, and then you have double crochet, and well, you also have half double crochet in between that, but it's like single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, and so on and so forth, right? In Korean, what is considered like there's like a short crochet stitch, and then there's a long crochet stitch, and then the short one is single crochet, but then the long crochet stitch is half double crochet, and then double crochet is like two-way long stitch or something like that, the way that it translates. So it's like really confusing for me whenever I switch between the two languages, because I learned crochet doing like videos, but then I learned the terms in English. So when I follow Korean tutorials, I always get confused if they're talking about like single crochet or double crochet or half double crochet. So I said crochet like a million times, but anyways, that was a side note. So it can be kind of confusing for me with crochet sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. The tutorial is really simple, and yeah, I did it. It's a wallet. Did I say that? I mean, you can tell. Like, it's supposed to be like a half-folded, bifold wallet, right? And then I sewed in these little magnet guys that I got from Etsy, and then it has money in it. That's why it's jingling. I don't have any cash. I have like $4 in here, but then, yeah. Because my wallet that I use every day is a card wallet, so it's like kind of annoying to put cash in it, so I put all of it in here. And then I will probably not use this very often because I don't really pay with cash a lot. Unless I gotta go to like specific like restaurants or something, then I use cash, because yeah, pretty handy. So it's like, okay, so we have two, right? Like we have a set here, but wait for it, we have a third guy. And this is, I use every single scrap of that yarn, and we have this. And you might be wondering, like, what the hell is this? I on Instagram, I played a little game with the people in the stories, and I'll throw up a picture here, but it's Celine has this Raffia AirPods case that is like $500-600 and is very ridiculous. And I found it because I was searching on Google and Pinterest and stuff for what can I make with like a little like very little bit of raffia yarn left, and then I came across this like AirPods case. So I was like, all right, well, it's literally like the actual like construction, the raffia part looks exactly the same as the Celine version, because it's just single crochet, and then the bottom is just like 4 or 3 rows of like single crochet, and then you go around and around and around. So I made this part first, and then I bought all the leather bits from the same Etsy store that I bought the magnet bits for this wallet. Yeah, the leather part cost me more than the actual yarn, but it's still not that expensive. So I think if you live in New York, or if you live near a Michael's or something, I believe you can get most of these findings from like those stores. And it shouldn't like be too expensive. This is just like a strip of leather that I inserted through here. Oh, why is it not focusing? Through here, and then just like tied a knot at the end. So the length is like kind of adjustable, and then you can put it on yourself. And it's very funny. It's so stupid. It's like the silliest thing I've made, and it's so useless, but it's kind of cute, right? It's almost like a necklace. But yeah, you put your AirPods in here, or like 1 lipstick or 2 lipsticks, or like 4 quarters. So you can have $1 in here, and then you can go to the store. Yeah, very dumb, but very cute. I think it looks pretty profesh, yeah? But I mean, that has more to do with all the pre-made notions that I just sewed on, you know? And I sewed this on, it comes with like the stuff that I bought. I'll link it down below, the shop and like maybe the individual links, but the stitching on here, I don't know if you can see that. That all comes pre-stitched. And then the back, this I did by hand, but it's not very hard because the holes come pre-drilled, so you just kind of like, and it's pretty easy. So yeah, it certainly did not cost $600, but it also does not have a little fancy logo. So there you go. Those are my finished objects, and then the rest of it is knitting. Maybe that got all the crochet bug out of me. We'll see. We'll see. Let's talk about work in progress. I'm in Stockinette City currently because the first work in progress is this Moonset Tee by Ozetta, and I've joined in the round. So I've been just, you know, going on and on and on in circles, and it's been pretty good. I would say my favorite thing about this so far is I like the neckline depth on this V-neck. I think, I don't know if you can see that, but I've made I guess what I have in my wardrobe right now that is kind of like comparable to this is the Cumulus Tee by Petiteknit. And I found with that one, I mean, my gauge was also slightly off, but with that one, I felt like the V was like a little bit too deep for me. So I really like how this one comes a little bit closer to the neck, and I don't have to worry about it, yeah, all of that, you know? So I like it. My least favorite part so far was like the neckline, but that was because I found it a little bit fiddly. I mean, I've done it once before because I've made another one of Ozetta designs where that kind of same neckline detail exists. So I knew what to expect, but then like even the second time around, I was like, all right, maybe it is, I don't know. But I agree that it looks very, very nice once you've finished it, and it's very it's like a key feature of the Moonset series, you know, so you do need to do it. What did I talk about last time? Oh yes, the armhole depth. I ended up following the row count rather than the row measurement, but then I feel like it ended up working itself out, and I don't think the armhole is like too short. So I think everything will work out fine. I just need to get through knitting up the body, the length of the body, which you have 30 centimeters of body to go to. So I don't know how long that's gonna take, but this yarn is pretty easy to work with. Knitting for Olive Pure Silk in the colorway Denim, Dusty, something, Dove Blue. I think it's, yeah, I mean, it's split still, but it's not as offensive with the splitting as like the other Color Mart silk that I was using. So overall, I'm pretty pleased with this. And somebody mentioned in the comments that the this silk is like a different type of silk from, because it's like ethical silk where you let the worms hatch from its cocoon versus, you know, like killing them and then like taking the silk. So that's why the texture feels a little bit more worn, as I described it in the last podcast, which I thought was pretty interesting. The more you know. I do think it's like nice, like it feels softer definitely. And I'm interested to see how this will block out. Like if the texture of this will kind of change once I dunk it in some water. So we'll see. Yeah, so just working on that. The next work in progress is also Stockinette City, which is this. Oh man, where's the? This is the Beyond Basic sweatshirt. This has been a pretty long work in progress, and I think it's like I'm slowing down on it a lot because of it's hot. It's very hot, so that's why I've slowed down. But I've joined it in the round. You can see that I didn't get very far because I have like only a couple, like 1 or 2 rows on here. But I've joined it in the round. And I'm just continuing to do that. I don't have any comments about this right now. Oh, it has like a detail down the side where you have to do a slip stitch so that it mimics a the seam on a regular sweatshirt, I guess. I'm debating if I want to leave that out, mostly because I do think I will forget doing that every single time. But we will see if I keep that in. But so far I've been pretty pleased with like the details, and it really is, you know, lives up to its name, Beyond Basic. Like it has more details than a regular typical drop shoulder sweater, so I love that. I like that a lot. Third Stockinette City project. I'm kind of speeding through this today. I don't know if I'm going to have enough to talk about. The third project that I have that's still going is the Oslo Hat by petiteknit. And this one, this doesn't really have a deadline, so I've been just grabbing it whenever I'm going somewhere, or if I don't know, I'm in a meeting or something and I need a project that I can reach for. But then now that I've joined the other things in the round, like the Moonset Tee and the Beyond Basic sweatshirt, I haven't been reaching for this as much. But yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, stockinette at this point. So now I have 3 that I can work on sort of mindlessly. It makes me think if I should go see something, like, you know, like if I should go see a movie. I know the Barbie movie's coming out soon, or did it come out already? And there was another movie that people wanted me to see. Oh, like the Spider-Verse movie. I still haven't seen that. I don't know. I'm not really a big movie watcher. And I go to the theater mostly for the like a theater experience rather than whatever movie we're watching. I think the last movie that I saw in person was Dune. And that was like because my boyfriend wanted to go. So that was like the last thing we saw. But if you have any suggestions, or if you like watched something in theaters recently and you really liked, let me know, I guess. Or like maybe a TV series that you binged and you liked. But like with TV series, I only really want to watch things that have ended, because I'm like, not knowing how it ends like drives me up a wall. Like I couldn't watch Game of Thrones because people were like, oh my god, season like X like is coming out, and I was just like, well, how do you watch something that you don't know the ending to? I don't know, like that's a tangent. But yeah, working on the Oslo hat. I really like this color. Maybe I will get more of this yarn once I'm done. This is Berroco Vintage. And I definitely like it a lot, and I think I will use this for I was thinking of knitting my friends and maybe, well, select number of my friends like sweaters, and maybe my boyfriend another sweater this Christmas. I have no idea if this will get done, by the way. Like there's a very high likelihood that it won't get done because I'm a flaky girl. I am flakier than a Pillsbury croissant. Those aren't very flaky, so that's not very hard. But you know, like I just don't know if I will have the time to do it, so it might not get done. But I was thinking about like what I want to use for yarn if I knit people stuff this year for gifts, Christmas gifts. So this is definitely one of the contenders because you can throw it in the washing machine, and I like that a lot. So that's the Oslo hat. And then the last thing I have that has like progress on it, somewhat progress on it, is the Celine, no, what is this? The MiuMiu Copycat Cardigan. I think the last time I left off, I was still working on the front section, bodice section, or one of the fronts. I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, there we go. Here. So I've kind of started seaming up the two pieces that I knit. So the left front and then the back together on the sides. And I know I talked about like sticking away some like fabric in the front here with the when I'm doing the button band, and I think I still will do that. So I was kind of waiting to cast on the right front until I figured out like what to do with this side. And I think given the fiber content of these yarns, which is wool, 100% wool, and they're not superwash, yeah, I think it'll be fine to steek, basically, is what I'm saying. I just need to remind myself how to do that by watching some YouTube videos. And it'll be okay, I think. This one is very like YOLO, and I'm doing a terrible job of seaming up all the seams here. And the seaming is quite annoying because you have to switch yarn colors in between the different stripes. So I'm trying my best, but I don't know if my best is when you try so hard and you don't succeed, you know? It's a little like that right now. I'm kind of concerned about how deep the armhole is. Like, that's pretty wide. But I'm thinking if I pick it up and then, like, if I pick up less stitches, then I don't know. I'll worry about that later when I'm working on the actual sleeve. So I think it'll be okay. I don't know. Like, I like things oversized, and I tried it on, kind of like just like draped it over myself, and it seemed okay. So we'll see. That's the progress on that one. I had a lot of momentum and speed going into this because I wanted to, I had a lot of fun knitting up the different stripes and stuff, but then I kind of like died once I got into that little bit of a roadblock with the front piece not being small enough. So I'm trying to muster up the courage again to cast on the second side and just like get the whole thing finished. But I do think it'll take a little bit more than I expected. I don't know why I haven't, I don't know. I don't know why I said that, because I don't have any expectations of how fast I want to finish things going in. So anyways, that's just like pressure that I'm putting on myself for no reason. That's pretty much what I'm working on. It has been a lot of crochet. Something like small that I can do and then like finish in one sitting. I feel like some of my more creative mojo has been getting sapped away by working working a job. So I'm trying to regain some of that back as the summer progresses. Yeah. Oh, I also didn't talk about what I was wearing today. This is a square tee. I think I've worn it in a video before, but this is the square tee by Knit Arohi on, she's on YouTube as well as Instagram. So, and this is knit up with Noro Kakigori in Akashi, I think is the colorway. I do like it a lot. I do want to knit another square tee, but I don't have the yarn for it right now, so I'm like on hold for my summer projects. Basically, like this is pretty much the extent of summer yarns I have, anything that is on the needles right now. So that's a little bit of a bummer because I do want to make another tank top. I've been using the tank tops I knit, of which there are 3, pretty religiously through the summer. Like my go-to outfit is like a tank top, a button down, and then shorts. So anything that fits those criterias more would be nice. So I might cast on a Summer Secret crop by Jessie May, the free one. not the ribbed one. So I might do that because I have some black yarn left over from working on my square neck camisole. So I will see if I have enough yarn for another full camisole. Actually, let me talk about one more thing. So as we know, I live in an apartment and space is limited, and I thought about making a whole nother video on this, but then I just did the cleanup. I did the triage by myself and then didn't film it, and I didn't feel like reenacting it for YouTube, so I'm just gonna talk about it here. But I went through my sweaters and things, and I tried to clean out my closet a little bit to make room for new knits, because I'm knitting a lot and I need more closet space, and it only makes sense that I get rid of some things that I don't use. So yeah, anyway, so that was what I was kind of working on. And this is actually going to be maybe not a shocker, but I am cleaning out a piece that I actually showed on here before, and it's like pretty recently, like within the year, but I also started YouTube this year, so maybe it's not very recent for you. It's something that I worked on during my time on YouTube that I'm getting rid of. And it's because, yeah, I mean, I just want to reclaim the yarn. I have a couple things that I want to make with it that might be better suited. So let me show you what I'm it's this mod tee, modified mod tee by Petiteknit. The last time you saw it, I had added sleeves to this, like long sleeves to it. And my idea for doing that was that I wanted it to be more like a sweater, because this is knit with, this is DK basically. It's knit with 2 sock yarns held together. And I just felt like at the time, like I wasn't wearing this mod tee as a short sleeve because it just felt too thick for me to wear it as a short sleeve, which is why I extended the sleeves on it. But then as I was putting it on and also like trying to analyze why I don't wear this that often, it's also because I don't like the neckline. I feel like the neckline on this sweater is really wide on me, and the collar kind of doesn't fold naturally in a way that I like. Like this neckline is really long or wide, and then even if I button it up top, you'll just have to take my word for it. It doesn't, I just personally didn't find it really flattering. And then the double folded collar, it looks nice, but it's not, because of the yarn weight, it's too thick. So it doesn't lay as flat across the back and the front as I would like it. So that was part of the reason why I didn't wear it. And then the sleeves are also kind of short. I know I talked about this when I finished it, and I was like, it's not gonna bother me. It did bother me. And then the length of the sweater itself isn't really like the greatest. So all those things combined, and I think you could tell when I put this up like this. But the sweater, there's a visible like change in yarn from where I bought where I switch the yarn. Like the yarn is definitely from different lots, and it didn't bother me like that much. But then over time it started to bother me more that I had this like basically like bi-color sweater. So all those things are reasons why I am going to let her return to ashes and dust and yarn. And I have a couple projects that I want to make with this. And then the first thing is like, I think a pie camisole would be really nice with it. And obviously that would be made with the yarn held single. And then another thing I was thinking is maybe a thin sweater by Wool and Beyond, so that it's wool. This is wool sock yarn, so I'm not gonna most likely not wear it in the summer as a t-shirt. And then the camisole could be something that's like a transition thing from like fall to winter, which is why I feel more okay with it as like a top piece that way, and it's going to be held single, so it's not going to be as hot. And then anything that's left over, I was like, you know, this is sock yarn, so it can be turned into socks. So that was kind of like my reasoning. I'm like, the yarn is too nice for me to just like give away or throw away or anything like that. I could try selling this, but I don't know. I just felt like I like the yarn still, so I'm gonna create new projects out of it so that I could still keep it in my wardrobe but not have it in this form that I don't really wear, and then I can reclaim the closet space. So this will be a future thing for me to tackle, not immediately because I have too many things that I'm working on right now. So that will be me in the future's problem. So that's pretty much it. I don't know if I'm going to have a video next week because I am going to a friend's wedding, and that will be an all weekend affair. So we'll see if I have something lined up for that. But if not, I hope you guys enjoy the next couple of weeks. And I'll see you back on the channel for whatever other thing I decide to talk about. Okay, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.